I have some amazing things to do from engineering designing. So let's say I have some amazing question from that. The question is saying, given the given front and top views, find the true size and of the oblique surfaces and show your work. So they are asking you to draw the front and top views. Let's do how to draw it. So if you see the front view, this is going to be our front view. So front view is going to be like this. So it's just a 4 square long straight line and 2 square long upper line, and it's going to be an inclined line right here, and 4 square long uh, horizontal line. So I'm just going to connect this. So connect this line right here, and this is my front part, but we are not done yet, because if you see the back side of the front side, there's four, so that is 4 square long. So the front side of the front side is 2 square long. So I have to draw the back side of the front line. It's going to be 2 more square long, and there's an inclined line right here. I have to draw that too, and after that I have to connect this bottom line with this line. So this is going to be our front part of the this picture. And to draw the so they're asking to draw the given the top views and given given the front and top views. So now I have to draw the top view. So I have drawn the front view right here. Now I have to draw the top view. So the top view, if you look at the top view, it's going to be 4 square long vertical line and 4 square long horizontal line right here, and then I had to draw an inclined line right here. So incline, actually it's a 4 square, and if you see the bottom part of the picture, it's 2 more square long. So I had to draw that 2 more square long. So 2 more is 6 square long totally, 6 square long, and the bottom part is going to be 2 square, and if you see the bottom, it's going to be 4 square long. So 4 square long in the bottom. So then I have to simply connect this one, and top one I have to connect the top part with the 2 square long in the 2 square long from the top bottom one, and 4 square long from the top one. So it's gonna be like this. So we have done with the top and bottom part. Now what I have to do is I have to draw a phantom line in the middle to take the measurements. So phantom line is going to be one long line and 2 dotted line, and one long line, 2 dotted line, one long line. So this is going to be my phantom line. So in this case, they are asking you to draw what is find the true size of the oblique surface. A, show your work. So and they have given the A picture right here. So A mean this part is going to be the A for this picture. This part is going to be the A for this picture. Therefore, we only have to worry about this picture. Let's number this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. This is if I see this one from front line. Let's see. Imagination is the important thing here. So if I see this one from the top view, so let's say this part, if I see this part from the top view, how does it appear from the front view? In the front view, this is going to be this part, right? So when I see this part from the top view, this is going to be the front. This is going to be the front part. So this is going to be one here, and if I see this part from the top view, it's going to be this two. So when I see this part from the front side, how it is going to appear? It's going to be 2 right here. And then if I see this part from the top view, it's going to be 4. And if I see the same part from the front view, how does it going to appear? It's going to be right here. And if I see this part from the top view, how does it going to appear? It's going to be 3. And if I see that part from the front view, how does it going to appear? That's the question mark, right? So this is, let's see, front part, this is 4. Oh, then this is 4. Then this is going to be 3. This is going to be our 3. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what we have to do is we have to draw a straight line along with this line, like dotted, let's say a dotted line, because we have to draw uh, EB line. And what is that called? EB mean um, let me remember the name. So actually EV mean edge view. So draw the edge view, I have to draw, I have to like expand this front line incline line. So if I expand this incline line, it's going to be like this. Now we are not directly just gonna draw the edge view. To draw the edge view, first I have to draw a phantom line in the 90 degree, like 90 degree orthogonal to this whatever the line we are drawing. So if I draw the 90 degree, it's going to be something like this. 90-degree line right here. So if I draw the 90-degree line right here, then I had to draw the this is going to be a phantom line. So don't forget guys, phantom line should be look like one long line and two dotted line, and one long line, two dotted line. So this is going to be our phantom line. So in order to draw the bottom part, what I have to do is I have to measure the distance between this and this from the top phantom line. So if I calculate the distance from, let's say this is 0.5 millimeter from this top phantom line, so I have to measure the same distance from the this phantom line and draw a point right here. So this is going to be 0.5 millimeter, 0.5 millimeter. And if I go to this part, we don't have to draw this one, because what gonna happen is, if I draw the H view, it's going to be just a line. It's not going to be a 2D dimension or whatever. It's just going to be a line. So to draw that, I just have to take this point and the distance between this point. Let's say this is two. Let's say this is 2 centimeter. Okay, according to you, it's 2 centimeter. So what's going to happen is, from this if this line is from this phantom line, if this is 2 centimeter, what I have to do is, so don't forget guys, we have to measure the distance between this and this from vertical, like vertically, not with along with this line. Some students, what they do is they just measure this with the incline line. So that's the wrong thing. So we have to just vertically along with the phantom line, we have to measure the distance. So this is going to be if it's 2 centimeter. If it's 2 centimeter, I have to measure the 2 centimeter from this phantom line straightly and put it here. So it's going to be like that. So we are not done yet. So what are they saying is oblique surface. So now we have on the edge view. This is going to be our edge view. Now to find the oblique surface, this is our final question. To find the oblique surface, we have to draw one more line. That should be 90 degree, 90 degree to the edge view. So let's say if this is edge view, now I am going to draw a 90 degree right here. So 90 degree. So after the 90 degree, we are not done yet. Now we are going to draw one more phantom line along with this 90 degree. That should be 90 degree to the whatever the line we are drawing. So if this is the line, this is going to be 90 degree, and this phantom line is 90 degree to that, right? Now what we have to do is, we have to measure the distance from the front view, whatever the front view we have drawn. We have to measure distance from the front view. For example, from this phantom line to this front view 4, let's say this is 0.7 millimeter. If this is 0.7 millimeter, I have to, like, along with this, if you see this line is connecting with this list line. So this line is connecting with this phantom line. So from the phantom line, I have to measure 0.7 millimeter and then put it here. That point is going to be here. And then I have to measure this 3. Let's say this is 0.5 millimeter. So I'm going to put this 0.5 millimeter right here. Then what we have to do is, we have to find the top part from this phantom line. So if I find this phantom line, let's say it's 2 centimeter. So if it's 2 centimeter, I have to measure this from this phantom line to put it here. And if let's say this is actually this is also going to be like this is going to be a little bit lesser than that. Just 1.7 1.7 centimeter. So if it's going to be 1.7 centimeter, this is going to be our picture. This is going to be our final picture. So what we have to do is, now we are not fully done yet. We have to now uh, name everything. Name everything. So in the top part, like whatever the line divide the whatever the phantom line divide the top and the front view, we have to the top part's called horizontal. So you may ask why it's horizontal. It's top. Why do we call it horizontal? That's the way it is. Whatever they tell us to, like tell us to draw, we have to accept and learn to love it. We shouldn't ask questions, right? So that's how it is. And the bottom is front, and the distance between this is whatever it is, and this is the true length. These are the true length. So whatever the line we expand is going to be the true length. So this is the line I am expanding. This is true length, and this is true length, and this is going to be h view, and the first line we are drawing, it's going to be front line, like one side is going to be one side is going to be the edge view. Before the edge view, whatever the line comes, we have to put f1, and the last line, for the last line we have to put what we have to put, let me see. So the for the last one, we have to put 1 2. So 1 is going to be before the picture, and 2 is going to be after the picture. Now we are not done yet. So from this distance, so let's see. So I measure 4 from this one. So this is going to be our 4 here, and I measure 3 from this one. So this is going to be the 3, and after the 3 it's 2. After the 2 is 1. So 4 3 2 1. This is our what do we call the name for the corners. So this is our final picture, and we have uh, labeled everything, and we are 100% correct. And now we are not done yet. So this is our first question, right? I have done the first question. Now to do the second question, I'm taking a blank thing right here. Now again I have to draw the front and the top views, right? Let's see. Let's start with the front side. So front side is going to be what, if you see this picture from the front side, if you see the bottom right here, it's going to be 3 square long and 3 more square long. It's going to be totally 6 square long. 6 square long straight line, and it's going to be 2 square deep, 2 square deep, and 6 square bottom length, and it's going to be a 2 square 6 square box. That's it. And we have to show the divisions right here. So if you see from the front side, it's there's a inclined line right here. It's going to be divided into half, like this is going to be divided into half like this, and you have to draw a vertical line in the middle, and it's going to be divided into half again. So this is my front picture. Now we are not done yet. Now we have to draw the top picture. So to the top picture, we have to stand on the c-axis, and see the bottom, and see whatever you see, you have to draw. So if you see that picture, it's going to be square, 4 square horizontal line, I mean 4 square vertical line, and 6 square horizontal line, same as we draw before. 6 square uh, 6 square horizontal line, and now we have to connect these two things together. It's going to be like this, and then we are not done yet. Now we have to draw the 3 square along in the bottom and connect with the middle part of this one, and then what we have to do is we have to draw another line right here and then connect like this. So this is going to be my top view. So since if you look at this picture, the question they are asking, like they are pointing A, man. So here this A. So whatever the A they are giving, that's what I'm gonna project in the oblique surface. So we have to remember that. So if I see this picture from top side, this is going to be my A, and if I see this picture from the front side, this is going to be my A. So now what I have to do is, I have to just, if you see a picture like this, certainly go and number it. Like it's going to be 1 2 3 like this, and then this is going to be 1 2 3 like this, right? Then what I have to do is, I have to just as usual, we have to draw the phantom line in the middle. Like it's going to be like a straight line 2 2 dot and straight line 2 2 dot and straight line. Then after that what I have to do is, I have to like expand whatever the, like if you ask the A, if you see the A is connected with the two lines, right? So one is right here, and this is one another incline line. So what I have to do is, I have to expand this incline line in the bottom like this, dot 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 dot, expand the incline line like this. So now we are not done yet. So along with the incline line, I have to draw a phantom line 90 degree in 90 degrees. So it's going to be orthogonal to this one. So if you say uh, straight line dot 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 straight dot 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 straight. So now we have now we have to draw the edge view. To draw the edge view, we have to measure two things, because remember guys, edge view is just a line. It's not 2D, it's not 3D. So you shouldn't be confused about that. It's just a line. So therefore the distance is going to be from this to, let's say this distance is like 0.7 millimeter. This is 0.7 millimeter, and this is let's say 1.5 centimeter. And if this is like that, so if this is the distance, what I have to do is, I have to measure exact same distance from this phantom line. I have to draw this, like this is 0.7 millimeter, and this is going to be 1.5 centimeter, and I just have to connect it. So this is my edge view. Now I am done with the edge view. Now we are not done yet. The main thing is starting now. So the main thing is, you have to draw a line that's perpendicular to this one. So that's going to be like this, 90 degree, right? Perpendicular to this one, it's going to be like this. Now I have to draw a phantom line that divides this one. So that's going to be phantom line, it's 90 degree to the whatever the line we are drawing. So it's going to be a phantom line like straight line dot dot, straight line dot dot, straight line. That's going to be a phantom line. Now what we have to do is, we have to measure the distance of the front view from this phantom line. Let's say from this one distance, let's say it's a little bit too far, like let's say this is 1.5 centimeter, and if this is 1.5, remember guys, we shouldn't worry about other things. Like this one, we don't have to worry about this. We don't have to worry about this one, we only have to worry about this one. So and we have to remember that if the phantom line is like this, we have to measure the distance from the phantom line vertically, right? So 1.5 centimeter, let's say this is 2 centimeter, and this is going to be, let's say, a little bit lesser than that, 1.7 centimeter. So if I have to draw the exact same distance from this phantom line, the bottom phantom line, along with the edge view we have drawn right here, right? So I have to draw the same distance, point the same distance, like if it's 1.5 centimeter, this is going to be 1.5 centimeter right here, and this is going to be 1.7 centimeter right here, and this is 2 centimeter right here. So if you see, if you draw, connect the dot dots, it's going to be a triangle like this. This is our final picture. So we are done yet. Now we are not done yet. Now what we have to do is our final part. What is that? We have to label everything. So if you see a phantom line dividing the top part and the bottom part, you have to write a top part as horizontal edge and bottom part as front. You may ask, why is this horizontal? Because that's the way it is. What we have to do is, whatever the way it teaches, we have to accept it and learn to love it. That's what we have to do. So this is going to be horizontal, and this is going to be front, and then this is going to be f before the h view, and 1 after the h view, and after that uh, After that, wait a minute. Okay, after that this is going to be 1 before the final oblique surface. Before the final oblique surface is 1 and 2. Now I had to name the triangle right here. So this is going to be shortest distance is going to be 2, and this is going to be the longest distance is going to be 1, and this is the middle part is going to be 3. So we named everything and we have done a perfect job. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. See you next time.